Every moment is an opportunity to learn, listen, and refine the processes with which one has formed all relationships through. If the student has already began to notice patterns in their life experience, in their codes of reality, this synchronistic awareness has already been activated within the consciousness of the individual. It is an incredibly powerful building tool for the mind. Once initiated into perception, can be consciously brought into recognition or acknowledgement at any moment in time to assist with clarity in decision-making and critical thinking. Another way to express this power is pattern recognition. Humans have an exceptional ability to develop awareness for patterns as creatures of habit and imitation. However, the levels of repetition and persistence in developing energy patterns can be dangerous without proper guidance, and conscious awareness of practicing a habit is magnetizing the emotion, energy, and motion, whether the individual is consciously competent of this or not. Take note, internal awareness is the key to personal pattern development and synchronistic awareness. This can be noted on the external planes, of course, but first, this perception is held in the eye of the mind and manifested into the physical world as reflected and refracted light frequencies shaping human perspective optically through the two eyes on either side of the middle eye, the sixth chakra center, the pineal gland. It has been traditionally referred to as the third eye. However, I personally would suggest replacing it as the first eye for practical application regarding this subject matter. Part 2, Synchronistic Awareness, 4 seasons of the internal clock, and the inner zodiac. All of the seasons are moving through the consciousness of man, perpetually reflections of the soul and body, as are the zodiac maps in the sky moving eternally through our entire being, as well as the elements of aether. Fire represents spirit, air represents mind, water represents emotion, and earth represents body. And speaking of synchronicities, the student has traversed into deep wilderness and so far successfully developed tools for understanding how all that is happening in the outer world is but a mere reflection of the inner world. Patterns of personal relationships have now reflected themselves in the patterns of the seasons, the constellations, in the chakra system, and in the awareness of the spirit. The student is aware that creative potential is boundless and cannot be measured. Likewise, to the incalculability of the capacity of mind, and all that is within is all that is without. At this point, let us briefly note the symbolical references that dominate the pockets of the modern world around you. These energy patterns should give an idea of who and what is corrupting and trapping the consciousness in lower vibrational fields on Mother Earth with black magic rituals. Or, in other words, collective, premeditative, malevolent thought patterns expressing through specific shapes and symbols, intended to transmit or impress into the subconscious mind of the individual subject to these vibrational stimuli when introduced into their environment, potentially on strategic and carefully planned schedules. I do believe most students who have given intention of expanding their truth have taken notice to this, and what we reference as demonic or satanic influences exist. Keep in mind the polarization parameters and belief systems that are being upheld by egregores or collective thought forms in the matrix. If the angel and devil are on either shoulder, one must reference neither and refer to Source, God, or the first eye. Once attuned to the inner sight, one can successfully raise the thought frequency above the trapping polarity parameters and redirect energy patterns accordingly to further protect prana and harness creative life force. As we expand to Chapter 6, Protecting Life Force, the student will be given a brief note to assess in order to raise their overall frequency and protect the life essence of their being. This will be concise yet powerful, as the male recognizes the vital importance of controlling their seed, and the female recognizes the vital importance as the mother and the womb, carrier of life. We have some time, so we will get into Chapter 6. Let me please get a sip of Coffee? Okay. Protecting life force. The first portion of this chapter is in regards to the protection of sexual energies, reproductive organs, and sacred fluids of the individual. The demiurge mentioned earlier exists in lower planes and traps energy in the lower aspects of the human being. The demiurge assimilates looping patterns, usually consisting of all weakening forms of pleasure, gratification, and comfort, exhausting the spirit and altering vibrational frequencies of the individual to an unstable and imbalanced state, weakening electromagnetic fields, biological and neurological systems, and their functioning. This is a critical note for the reader as one develops a relationship with their partner and harmonious efforts are conducted for a successful conception, if willed. This is also assistive to the relationship one has with self and raising awareness with spirit to protect prana from the lower possessive forces of lust and refraining from engaging in non-meaningful sex or vacuous relationships or tending to parasitic organisms seeking your life force energy. As for application, the first chapter, Getting Closer to God, details key codes for the material of the entire book. This is not designed to be confusing or to shift the student into another paradigm of thinking. This is designed to empower the will of the creative process of the individual, awaken the divine life spirit to further expansion across the universe inside the mind and consciousness of the alchemist. Your transmutability is your creative life force and quite literally responsibility within. Every instance the individual discharges sexual and reproductive fluids without pure intention, life essence is negatively exhausted instead of preserved. Continuously retrieving and depleting from the potent prana reservoir in the body leads to a stagnation or pattern loop, blocking and stagnating energy flow, specifically in the second chakra center, the sacral. This is noted as a specific energy center for the individual who is making conscious efforts to heal and balance this area of themselves. In other words, developing healthier relationships with these lower energy centers in the student is vital. It is important to mention here the key word, relationships. Notice that the student is not suggested to separate or remove themselves from feelings in the lower chakra centers, including the gut, the solar plexus, relating to will, personal power, self-identification, metabolism, eating, self-esteem, directly attached to the cerebrum by the vagus nerve and the enteric system, which is commonly called the second brain, the root chakra at the base of the spine, relating to control of vitality, stability, security, and, as previously mentioned, the sacral chakra behind the belly button, relating to sexuality, pleasure, relationships, empathy, and creativity. The soul journey consists of balancing all 7 of these powerful faculties of the human consciousness through honorable creative expressions of action and spirit, which is contemplation of self, requiring increasing efforts of the individual to willfully work with both spiritual and material or animal aspects of the nature of their being. Additionally, resourcing the higher intelligence force to harness these faculties into the field of creation through the electromagnetism of the heart, equilibrium, the most potent and powerful toroidal biofield produced by human consciousness. Third, utilizing thought frequencies and feeling emotions, energy and motion, with intentions to keep the vibrational fields of the bioelectromagnetic currents healthy and balanced. In efforts to keep the contents of this material in an easily digestible format, rather than repeating certain notes in greater detail, I, the author, humbly leave the true expansion process outside of the contents of these pages for you. After all, these are simply guide notes for the student to reference during the life endeavors one may be challenged by. The chapter pertaining to synchronistic awareness and pattern recognition will assist with detecting the synchronous universe from within at thy will, enabling expansion of the spirit and giving one agency of personal energy patterns inside the matrix construct, Mother Earth. Ooh. Peace, 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 everyone. Thank you for stopping by again today. I hope you got something from this presentation. We are moving through this book steadily, and I have this second publication in revision. It is 90% I'm pretty sure ready. I'm doing all of it by myself, so bear with me. It does follow up with the material from Peaks and Valleys, so hopefully if you have resonated with this, you will definitely stick around. You will definitely appreciate the second publication. That's kind of like another step, if you will, into the depths of the material or what is within you and further exploring creative potential. So I hope that this was powerful for you today. I want to wrap it up here. We're already past 10 minutes. I'm trying to keep these somewhat sectioned so you can go back and reference certain parts anytime you want. Again, this is the free video presentation, explanation, and elaboration of Peaks and Valleys, which is a manuscript I published in November 2024. And if you wish to support, I have a link in the description below, or a couple links. One is for paperback and digital formats. You can reach out to me personally with any questions, comments, or concerns regarding this material. And if you need a personal consultation or you just want to chat about anything, I do have a Patreon community that I'm extending everybody who is interested and open, join. So I think it's free to join the Patreon. If you want to access more content, I'm creating a $5 tier, and I'm going to be uploading everything that I'm putting on YouTube, as far as the synchronicities and symbolism, esoteric explorations, and some further feet on the ground explorations that I'm moving from YouTube to Patreon, along with some more content and some digital products, and also one-on-one. If you want to holler at me about anything or reach out to me to talk about any of this, please do. I also have a music channel on YouTube, and I also have music on all streaming platforms, by the way. But if you just want to check out the YouTube channel, if you like instrumentals or samples and loops, some background music, definitely check that out. And that will be all my plugs for today. I won't keep you any longer. I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Please take care on your endeavors, and I'll see you in another video. Also, again, please share this or subscribe if you haven't subscribed, if you're coming across these videos, or just leave a like or leave a comment. It really helps with the channel and the growth of the channel, and I really appreciate everybody's support thus far, and it means the world, really. Especially these infancy stages, when growing the channel is going to be on you. That part is only possible with you, so thank you very much. I'm going to keep working on presentations. Let me know if you have any ideas. All right, peeps, take care, have fun, and much love. Peace.